All right, everyone, here with Gunnar Bradshaw, former college baseball player. Known Gunnar for a long time. Super exciting day for me, and he's got a great story. I'm really thankful that Gunnar was willing to come on here and share. So, Gunnar, thanks for coming on.
Absolutely, Brooks. I'm glad to share my experiences and great to catch up.
For sure. So, just give everyone a quick background about yourself and where you played college ball.
Quick background: born and raised right here in Winter Garden. Played my whole life here at Winter Garden Little League, which was Brooks's rival Little League. So that's where the friendship, sort of kicked off from all stars playing against the years. Then we ended up going to the same high school. So we started our teammate / friendship about seventh grade. Then we both went to West Orange and were able to make the JV team in our young years, and then stepped it up to varsity. Had a great run together at West Orange High School. Won a bunch of games, great experiences. Went up to Georgia, won that tournament together. From there, I played for CFBL Elite, and that's where I started getting the showcases and exposing myself to the college coaches, doing all those tournaments and going down to Fort Myers, those long trips. From there, I had a big aspiration to play at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. I really wanted to fly planes, so I started talking with their coaches and ended up getting, a one-on-one workout. Got to go out, see the facilities, meet the coaches, get to see the locker room at the time. Had a real good workout. Coach said he would stay in contact, and ended up having a sit down with coach within the next 2 months, and was able to get all that paperwork done and get my scholarship towards Embry-Riddle. The only thing about Embry-Riddle is they do not offer scholarships to fly planes because they are the best university in the U.S. to fly. So I had to go a different route, pick a different major, which didn't bother me too much. Spent my next 5 years playing for Embry-Riddle or being a part of the team, and we'll get more into that as the interview goes on. Absolutely loved every minute of it. Great opportunity, awesome school, awesome baseball facilities, team, coaching staff. It was just a dream come true for a baseball career and a place to be.
Yeah, so you talked a little bit about high school and all the fun times that we had, but to just talk a little bit more about your college career and not only that, but like the bond that you built with your teammates at Embry-Riddle.
The bond I built with my teammates was it was absolutely incredible. Remember coming in as a freshman, I knew I think one senior, and that was about it. He played right here at a rival / friendly high school at East Ridge, and so he took me under his wing a little bit, would mess with me, the normal treatment, and from there I ended up put in a dorm with 5 other players. We got to fill out a questionnaire, and coach, tried to align us with who we would be the best acquainted with. And so there was 5 or 6 of us in one dorm. And from there, our freshman year, it just kicked off. And to this day, it's us 5 guys still on a group text, still try to get together every 4 months. Just a brotherhood that we really built over those 5 years of being together. And once we got out of the dorm our freshman year, we broke into 2 households, and we were either at one house or the other at all times. I mean, we were cooking dinners together. It was just 100% living together.
You guys are close from the beginning. Very
close.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I mean, it was study hall, it was baseball, it was doing laundry. I mean, it was everything. You always were together, eating, sleeping, pretty much like you're with your core guy. I was with my core guys, 100% of the time. And from that, the brotherhood bond just started.
Right. And do you think that brotherhood bond that was established from there helped you guys on the field as well, as far as goes?
Oh, I think absolutely it helped 100%. And we talked about our freshman year, like once this core group of guys gets up there, we'll still be competing for championships and have that strong leadership together for being so close. And we definitely continued that and took it to our junior and senior year.
So you're going through the whole experience. You're getting the whole college experience. You're going freshman, you're living with 5 guys, and you're playing baseball at the same time, and it's great. And you get into your sophomore year, and then you get hit with this pretty huge, significant setback. So talk a little bit about that setback and what that experience was like for you.
Yeah, so I started off as a freshman. Coach redshirted about six of us that were together. I think one played, and so five redshirted, one played, and so we would get to work out as a freshman. And so that by that time I stepped on the field sophomore year, it was go time. I could take game reps and be with the team 100% of the time. And so I had a senior in front of me my sophomore year, and I started splitting time with him a little bit. Finally working my way on the field, getting reps. I started about 6 games in a row, feeling good, finally got on the field. And I started feeling this, slight pain in my knee. And I remember I was playing versus Florida Tech, and I'm just like, man, it just won't go away. And I was on fast twitch motions and jumping or, going into the hole. And so I called home. I was like, hey, I'm hurting a little bit. My dad's like, ice it, like take Advil, see what'll go. We're 3/4 through the season. And when you get home for summer, we'll figure it out and get some testing done. So I remember I finished up the season. Coach let the senior, work out the rest of the games because I was not feeling it, wasn't running 100%, and ended up going to the doctor, getting an MRI. And I remember we got called back into the doctor, and my dad told me that this is not good news. If you get called back early, a week ahead of schedule, definitely not good news. Doctors don't open up like that. So I go in, and the doctor says, well, your knee is completely fine, but you have a tumor in your femur. And me and my dad just couldn't believe it at the moment. And so from there, we had to go up to Shands Hospital a week later. So we had a week of sitting around thinking, what could it be? It's definitely not good news. And I went up, got a biopsy. They cut my leg, took a little sample of the bone. And I remember waking up and just seeing tears rolling down my mom's face. And I knew right then that I had cancer in my leg. And I remember them trying to explain it to me. And I knew right away what it was going to be like, and how hard of a battle I was about to go through.
Yeah, I remember just when I found out, I think it hit like not only my family, but like the whole community, like the whole Winter Garden community, the people that know you guys, it hit everyone so hard because it's just something that you don't expect to happen to like people that you grow up with. So that was definitely something that was really difficult. I couldn't even imagine what it was like to get news like that. It must have been devastating, especially for you and your family. But like, so you get this news and you start going through the process, right? Obviously it was a very tough process, but did anything that you learned from baseball or just playing sports in general help get you through that process?
I think sports and baseball in general. I mean, I started playing when I was 3, so all I knew was baseball. And to have that fighter / competing mentality, that's what got me through the battle, and got me through. I did 29 weeks of chemotherapy, and I've had my leg replaced twice. Crazy, they replaced from my knee to about halfway up my femur with titanium, and I just knew every day was a new day, and to fight that day and to battle that day. And I give that all to sports and learning to compete on the field, compete against the guy next to you, compete for the next ground ball and that next at bat, and just whatever it takes, absolutely don't give up.
Just the people that don't know Gunnar was always one of the toughest guys on the field. Even when we were like super young, we were like 12 or 13 years old and we were playing, and you'd be a catcher and there'd be a kid running home and there was going to be a collision. Instead of you taking the hit, you would lean into the kid and, try to level him out. So Gunnar's one of those tough guys on the field for sure. So I figured some of that had to have carried over, through that whole tough process.
I was definitely going to dish it out. I was not going to take the hit, and I wasn't going to take the hit off this struggle and, just this blind side. I didn't let it get to me too much. I let other people do the worrying. I let a community, my coaches, my teammates, my friends, family, I let them get behind me, and I just took that energy and I ran with it. And I just put my mind to it that this was not going to take me out. And we went from there, and we just took it, like I said, every day by day. Win each small step is one thing I had a coach teach me. And win each battle. If you have many battles, just make a list, start them, and start knocking them off.
That's amazing. I mean, we like to do a lot of talking about separating sports from life, because a lot of people and a lot of younger players just have this ball is life mentality, right? And they think that sports is everything to them. But then at the same time, you have things like your health and your family and your friends that really mean more in the grand scheme of things. So just, you've kind of already touched on it, but that whole situation that you went through, how did that just change your perspective on life as a whole?
You know, the old cliche thing that people always say, every day is a blessing. It's very true to me and hits home. Wake up every day with a smile on my face. I mean, I did that before, but it's just a little different perspective now. One thing I hate with the leg replacement, I can't run anymore. I wish I could have ran one more time before it went down. You know, all the kids hate running, and you always are like, come on, coach, we got to run again. Like, why are we running? We're not trying to be the best at working out here. We're trying to play baseball. But, you know, I wish I could, you know, hit that one more sprint or just that extra step, you know, one more time.
For sure. So talking about that last step, you did get one more at bat. You came back, you got to suit up, you get to go have another at bat back at Embry-Riddle. Just, I know what happened, but just explain to everyone, talk a little bit about that last at bat. I had to ask you about it.
Oh yeah. So that last at bat. So once I did get healthy again, you know, I did go back to school, and coach was there. The team was there, you know, all that time in the hospital, and they always helped me out, always checked up on me, would let me know how the games went. So I got to go back, finish my degree, and I got to hang out with the team, you know, every day. I never left the team. I never left the roster. I never left anything. You know, I was out there every day helping, hanging out, just being around the guys was awesome, really. And so I had one teammate that always told me, he's like, hey, you're going to get one more bat. And he said, and it's going to go absolutely insane. And so my senior year, last game, we were playing St. Leo, and this was for a playoff run. So we had to have this W. And so coach told me, he goes, you're going to get the first bat of the game. And so, you know, big community background came and followed me. I mean, just a huge stands. I mean, I hadn't seen that packed in a while. And so I remember Channel 9 News came out, did an interview, which is pretty cool, similar to this, you know.
Yeah.
So we get out there, and I remember telling the interview, I said, hey, I'm going to take 3 cuts. If I strike out, it doesn't matter. I mean, I got those three swings in. So I remember stepping into the box. One of my former roommates who already had graduated, he got to announce it and gave a brief, you know, history on what just happened. It was very cool. I don't even remember hearing it, but I just see it in the video now. Step into the box, you know, I could see, just felt no pain, just living life again back in that batter's box. And first pitch high and outside, not hittable. I let it go. Second pitch, right off the elbow. And I never even got to swing the bat, you know. It was something. And I remember I turned back to the umpire and I was like, hey, it didn't hit me. And he's like, no, that one got you. And I was like, no, come on. Like, let me stay. He just couldn't let me stay in there. So, you know, I got to go down, touch first base, you know, finish my career that year with 1,000 on base percentage, and got to give, you know, the good old wave to the fans and just have a big uproar from the fans. And it was quite cool, you know, to be on that field one more time, have that jersey on, and just be there with my boys.
Yeah, it's a really cool story. I remember I was a little upset to hear that you got hit, but at the same time, it was cool that you got that perfect on base percentage. So
it was very cool. I remember I was in town one day and I ran into a former, you know, coach, and just someone that's been around the game, and he actually introduced me to the umpire. And he's like, I just couldn't let you go. It was too much of a squared up hit. Yeah. And I had an Evo shield in, and you just made that sound that you just heard it.
So just going back, we're starting to close some things out here, but what would your advice be to like a younger athlete? Maybe they feel unmotivated and they don't take advantage of the resources and the opportunities that they have. What would your advice be for them?
You know, my advice to younger athletes that, you know, absolutely whatever happens, don't give up and just keep striving for greatness. Like, you could be in the lowest pits of your life. Just keep going, never give up. You don't even have to have the resources to be a great ball player. Find a wall, find a ball, go out there, work on your hands, get a tee, work on your swing. You can do a lot of stuff alone. You know, they say some of it's money, some of it's that training. You can train yourself to, you know, some aspect. And always take that extra cut, that extra throw, just keep working every day. I was a very small guy growing up, and I still am throughout my career. Give it everything you got. You never know when your last cut's going to be. One of my former coaches talked about there's a stop sign coming, and that stop sign will hit you where you will never play this game again. I thought I had 3 years left at least. I never had aspirations of playing pro ball. I won my battle, which was getting a college degree through a scholarship, and that's what I always wanted. But I always thought that stop sign was 3 years away, and it hit me just like a ton of bricks one day. And just never always play like it's your last game. And I got just sidetracked, and it really hit my hard.
That's such great advice. And you're gonna make me emotional, man. You can't be doing this to me on camera. But so we're at our last question now. And this is how we kind of end all of these, or how we want to end all these interviews. And it's just, what's next for Gunnar Bradshaw? What's the next step for you moving forward in your life and your next steps? Just what's next for you?
I'll say what's next for me. So, I moved back to my hometown, loving every minute of it, enjoying a little bit of life that I lost to baseball, and I wouldn't even call it lost. It was just in a different path at the time. I enjoyed every minute of playing, but I'm getting to do a little more of my extra activities. I really enjoy the outdoors, fishing, hunting. I get to enjoy a lot of that, but I definitely didn't mind missing that during my years of playing. You only get to play for a select amount of time. You can do that stuff on the side and on the weekends. And really enjoying my job. I actually ended up landing at my dream company. And so I'm enjoying that, enjoying learning, and I'm just enjoying being back with friends and just seeing every day. And I just give all the glory to God. And he helped me through this whole thing. My God, family, and friends, 100%.
Man, thank you so much for coming on and doing this. This was awesome. It's going to be, so valuable for people that are listening. And I just hope, you're always going to have this big, giant community of people behind you. And we appreciate you. And you opened a lot of eyes, just with the situation that you went through. So thank you again for doing this.
Oh, absolutely, man. I was glad to, give what I have, or what little knowledge I have throughout the game. And I look forward to this interview, Brooks.
All right. Thanks, Gunnar.
Thank you.